Good morning. Okay, today's the day. I'm hoping that this gets installed. This is the pointing down part. This does move fairly easily up and down with a little Windex on there, so that's not an issue. Okay, so the plan is go to the roof, clean it as best I can, rinse it off, and the sun is actually supposed to come out today, so it's perfect. And then I'm thinking maybe around 1 o'clock this afternoon, when it's about as dry as it can possibly get, I'm going to silicone it down. This is a silicone ring, just a light tack or light layer here and light on the roof, and let that get tacky, and then push it down, screw it down, and then I'm also going to buy some lap cement, which is designed for RV roofs, and that's going to just cover everything, the bolts and the seal and the edge, and just pray for the best. I'm also thinking, once the roof is clean, the inside, plumbing can be done later. I'm not going to worry about getting my two pieces to go together right now. But it's going to rain tomorrow, so I just want to get this part done. I'm going to reuse the 8-inch roof cap and just figure out a way to hold it onto here for now, which isn't going to be much. There's been very little wind the whole time I've been here, actually. Anyway, of course, mount the box. I got the 2 little pieces of wood I got to put in there yet. But before I leave, I'm going to go to town. I'm going to try to dig 4 holes out there and set my posts without water. Just pour concrete in the hole. That way I can empty the back of the truck. And I'm actually thinking of going down to the quarry and putting a yard in the back of my truck. My truck does pretty well on the hill when it's got some weight in the back. I like bringing that concrete up here. And then at some point, scoop it out on the areas on my driveway that are getting kind of slippery. So that's an awful lot, and let's get going. All right, phase 1. The water pressure I have is still not too bad, considering I'm not that far below that tank up there. All right, I'm just tired of thinking about it. By the way, I picked up this little guy. It's actually cast, I guess. It's got a pretty good edge on it. It's for kindling cutting, which I kind of like. I actually almost want one bigger so I can do, like some actual diameter wood in it. Look around, but I think that's going to work. Well, like my son said, shouldn't use concrete. Just put the wood in, that way we can take it out later. But it's kind of hard to set wood just in dirt. Anyway, I think I decided just to stick it like about here. That way I can still park the truck here. And it's kind of a straight shot out the door. So I'm just going to push this over, try to make a semi-level spot. I'm going to dig a hole, and then I'm going to reference that hole, and I'm not going to worry too much about being perfect on this one. which is pretty normal for the agenda. All right, fast forward. Yes, this is going to be rough. I'm too excited about the roof to worry too much about this thing. Okay, holes aren't the same depth, but they're going to be roughly where I want them, because I want to stack 18-inch logs off one post and 18-inch logs off another post, and then a 4 by 8 foot roof. That'll give it, you know, some rain protection. Okay, so the other side, I want the posts at the end of the roof, so I want to get them about 8 feet away. I think I have wood that's longer than 8 feet if I screw up, but let's see here. Alright, let's just do it. Rough as I can get. It's going to be what it's going to be. You know, I can hardly wait till YouTube lifts a restriction on playing music in your home videos. I mean, if we're making money on somebody's radio songs, I could picture that, but that really sucks, not having music on right now. All right, so we're just going to go with winging it. I think I might be fairly parallel with the trailer, but We'll see. Now what? I think I'll just... Well, I should probably put these two in and see if I got to do any major adjusting on all four. Well, I obviously didn't charge that last battery. Alright. So if these two were plumb, I think that's going to work. I thought my holes were way off, but it's going to be looking fairly normal. Well, that's yet to be seen, but let's concrete them. Where's my blue level? and it's probably not going to help. But if you see anything like this, don't buy it. Complete and utter garbage. Alrighty, well, these two, let's see if I can see what you're seeing. Close, not perfect, but close from that angle. These two, still close enough, I think. And as far as like the big picture, they still look spread on the top on these close two, but of course I can tie it together with some wood probably. But that's about as far as the plan has got. Those two are kind of going up together. That's good. And these two, yeah, maybe it looks like this close one on the right is tipping a little to the right maybe, but I think that's pretty good. I don't want to fuck with it now with the concrete cure. Alright, now what? It needs a roof. How do you stick a roof on 4 4x4s? The roof has to be framed wider than our 4x4s. It's going to be a 4-foot roof. And right now, up here I got about 28 inches. So that leaves what? 16, no, 12 and 6, 12 and 8. 20, 10 inch overhang. 10-inch overhang. And the wood's going to stick out 9. So it's theoretically should have a little bit of, if the rain's coming straight down, it should stay dry. Let's put it that way. I'm not sure how that's going to go. I've got a lot of 2x4s. Got a lot of these 1x4s. But I think the rest of the day I'm going to focus on the chimney. Okay, those should be pretty sturdy. Alright, I got 4 bags left and 1 post. I was thinking of putting up, like 2 posts and some wood across and put our house number and name on it. Might be kind of cool. I have something being delivered next week to the new address, so I need something out there. Might as well try to get something else done today outside. I don't think, theoretically, once I get to the roof, I'm just going to drill a hole in the center and then draw my radius or my circumference and jigsaw that out, make sure it's dry. I got to screw down the cap. Not a whole lot of work there, so maybe I should think about a roof on this. What else do I need? Alright, we'll get back to you. Alright, I got 4 bags of concrete that don't like moisture. I need to dig 2 holes in front to put my street address posts in, but that's a long drive with the excavator, and like I said, I want to get that roof figured out. But I do have to go to town to get the lap cement, which you just kind of goob on and it flattens itself out, makes a good seal like rubber. So I do have to go to town, but I'm not going to complicate the day. I'm just going to put my propane tank up, stack these, maybe have that piece of concrete and cover it. and I'll have the back of the truck empty just in the off chance that I pick up some rock. And that's the plan. We'll start out by getting rid of this concrete. Actually functions. I, as you know, just went up to 120 amps, so it's kicking a little harder than it was from 17, well, 120 DC, which was about 7 AC amps, and now it's pulling about 17 AC amps, so it's working a lot harder. Plus I ran out of propane, and anyway, the carbon monoxide light, red light, came on and it stopped. The light's right there, which is good that it works. And it worked fine for a couple days on propane running at 120 amps. So either the wind changed and suffocated in the box, or it actually pollutes more when you run it on gasoline. So I'm not sure. We'll find out for sure eventually. All right, let's get the tank over here. All right, here's a look at the driveway going down. I think that's going to be the preferred way up and down, perhaps. But this here is getting really slick. See if you can see the truck moving or not. You can see all the rock is just pretty much disappearing. It's definitely better. It's been a couple of semi-dry days. Alright, well, I guess it was the wind or it was the gas, but still running. That's good. Alright, get these blocks in. In for a penny, in for a pound. No turning back. This guy if I cut it 1.5 inches bigger, It gives me 1.75 inch clearance all the way around. I'm going to go with 1.5 inches. Alright, so this is actually that's like 10 1/4. 10 3/8. I mean 3/16. Inch in. I don't want to go 2. 1.5 inches. That's 6.5 diameter. Alright, here goes nothing. Your battery died, and I walked up the stairs this way. All right. The 10-inch cap is coming next Thursday. Oh, it had to rain. Why? Stop raining. Give this thing at least a couple hours to get a good skin on it. Okay. Any ideas to how to keep the wind from blowing my temporary cap off? Especially when I'm working underneath, I'm probably going to knock it off. What do I got to do? Come up with something. Alright, just give me 2 hours. Alright. It is what it is. At least the wind's not blowing. I think we're alright. We'll see. Alright, there it is. Box and ceiling. Ceiling protector. With a chimney to a tarp. Nice, smooth, straight shot. Looks pretty vertical too. Okay, good Lord, what's next? I think the box looks level. Ceiling isn't, of course, but the box, in other words, the stacks coming up should come in nice and plumb. All right. Well, I'm not really sure what's keeping me from connecting these pieces. If the pipe wiggles, chimney wiggles a little, which it will, there is a rubber boot, so that should move. The ceiling gasket, I think it's doing okay. It's kind of, it's supposed to be like a lap, so it's self-leveling, so it's kind of settling, which is good. Well, let's just go forward and see how far we get. We'll focus down here on the fireplace first, and fast forward. I'm going to listen. All right, the music's off. Well, that 8-inch close 45 looks like it's more than 8 inches. Dang, that's almost, I don't almost, if I want to keep it here, where do I want this dang thing? Okay, it's definitely not right yet, but it's getting close. The top piece appears to be, very top piece appears to be semi-vertical. Might be cheating a little bit in towards the wall on the right. Doesn't look too bad from this angle, except for the stack's crooked still. But, that looks wonky. It looks like that's got a spin or something. This is the problem I had at Thomas and Nicole's fireplace. There's too many directions that 45 can go. I still haven't figured out how zoom works on this, but these are nice and sturdy. All right, there it is. I'm just hanging 3 wrenches off it. Obviously, if there's no wind, there's going to be no problem. If I start hearing those clanging around tonight, well, the fire's not going to be burning tonight. All right, let's see if this little toy works. Kindling maker. Okay, let's summarize here. The only thing that's screwed together is the Duravent dampener to the 45, and that'll probably never come off. Everything else is loose because that's where I would like the fireplace to go. Looks like it makes sense there. And we'll see if the heat doesn't get too much, or if I can, somehow screen it off my drapes or the blinds. That would be good, because I kind of like it right there. I bought an extension because I thought my 245s were going to be close, and it was going to give me 8 inches, which is about there. And that's where I thought it was going to be here, but it didn't give much at all. So anyway, this inside is all temporary. Outside is permanent, except for the cap that goes on top. But heck, I got a fire extinguisher. Let's light a fire in this thing and see what happens. I don't have any I don't know if you can see it, but we got smoke outside. Let's check this guy out. It's definitely burning. I don't know when you're supposed to shut the door. Probably once it's drafting well. But smoke is going out the top, so maybe I can shut the door. This door hasn't been adjusted yet. Obviously, the drawback of this one, there's no window. But I'm sure I'll get the hang of it after a while. So we want to, 500, we want to get all the way to the orange. Or the end of the orange. Or anywhere in the orange, I think is good for this first batch. Cool. All right. That's 53, and the humidity, that's the big one, 81. Be nice if that was a manageable number. This should do the trick. I don't know why I'm showing you this, but there's a turkey up there. They're all about the same size, big. But I have smoke. Coming out of a chimney. I might be wrong, but that could mean that the chimney system is drafting, because smoke is going out and it's not in the trailer. So that might mean that it's tall enough. I heard from the other guy it's got to be over 10 feet from the fireplace in height. And the ceiling's 8. And that's probably about 10.5 feet, because it's about a foot down, and no, it's 4, 6, yeah, half a foot in the trailer. That chimney is 3 feet, so 8 and 3 would be 12, minus 6, 11.5 feet, and that is drafting. I'm very excited about that. All right, it's been about 25 minutes or so. Gauge. I'll have my glasses on. 100 and let's see. That's 150, so like 115. So I added another log. And the manufacturer recommends a lot of things of which I very rarely pay attention to, but you are supposed to burn these a couple times outside first. Anyway, the whole stove is smoking, and I got the fan on the roof, so but it is warm. I mean, that stack right there is 115 or whatever. It's hot, and I put another log in, so it's probably gonna get. I want to try to get it to 500, which is what they wanted. I don't know if you can see the smoke. It's just burning off it. It smells like cast iron in here. Doesn't smell like smoke, by the way. So far, I think the draft is good enough to where all the smoke inside is going outside. But it's definitely degassing right now.